That's good. Today we're going to be showing some instructions for making an earth layers foldable. This is the set of instructions that the students would receive, and it talks about how you need to color the 4 layers using the guide. And please make sure that you do color those layers, the color that it lists on here. That way we can tell what you're doing. There's some small squares with information that you need to fill out. Your layers that you're coloring are here. The small squares of information are here, and it asks for the composition. That just means what it's made out of, how thick it is, and what state of matter it's in, because some of these are solid and some of them are liquid, and we need to make sure that you understand which layers of the earth are solids and which ones are liquids. You're going to need to cut those layers out and cut out the 4 squares. Don't worry about cutting out the 12 labels. We'll have you write the labels in. So when you cut your layers out, do your best to stick with the lines. Cut out the top layer, this next layer. You do not have to cut out all of these center lines, only the exterior lines. When you're finished,
Austin Dudley, come to the office. Austin Dudley to the office.
You'll have 4 separate layers of the earth when you're finished that look like this. You will also need to cut out the title and then your 4 information squares. You're not going to put them all just on the top of one sheet of paper there. We're going to make this into a foldable. The way that we do it is we lay one of our sheets of paper down, and we go ahead and glue on the title and the upper layer of the earth, the lithosphere. Next, we lay the second sheet down right below that so that you can flip that end up. And we put down the mantle. Then from the bottom, you're going to fold that sheet up so that it comes just below the mantle. Increase it real good. And put down the outer core on it. Make sure you glue it good. And fold the bottom sheet up and glue the inner core to it. Once you've got all those pieces glued on, and you should have already colored them, you can put your information squares, and they are labeled, so the outer core's information square would go underneath of the outer core. So when we flip up the outer core, we see its information. The inner core's information square would go underneath the inner core. So when we flip it up, we see its information. And finally, the mantle and the crust, put both of those underneath the mantle. So when we flip the mantle up, we see its information. You can take a stapler and staple the bottom together, and when you're finished, you'll have a foldable that shows you the Earth's layers that you can use as a reference material or just to help you study for a test or something like that.